Hi there. So today I want to talk about something that affects us all. For whatever reason you game, whether it's escapism, relaxation, or just you want to shoot someone in the face, is an issue that threatens gaming. Of course, I'm talking about JANK. Why does it seem to be going wrong? The gaming industry is huge. The global gaming market share is a massive 455 billion according to Statistica. The predicted forecast by 2030 is that 24% of the global economy's revenue will be gaming. And of course, games now, especially AAA from the big studios, can cost up to 200 million, so naturally, shareholders are taken on board. And with shareholders comes pressure for release. The knock-on effect is rushed titles with jank. When you get a title that's actually polished and doesn't crash, why should I feel surprised? Surely this should be an industry standard. It used to be that way. As gamers now, we expect there's a day one patch. But why? When did this practice start? I believe it was Unreal Tournament back in 2001 on Xbox who released the first ever working patch. And ever since then, it's been a slow decline. I mean, working patches have been around since about 1998 for PC, and it's become an expected norm, but on console, at the beginning, games were polished and they were ready to go on day one. Recently I have games such as this Microsoft Flight Simulator, which still, since November when it was released last year, it is still broken in career mode. Meanwhile, PC have a great game. Another one, Arma Reforger here. I saw all those videos online of gamers having a wonderful experience and I thought, damn, I want to get involved in that. So I downloaded it, only to find that in 8 hours, I never fully completed any matches. I lost connection and dropped out, or went straight to desktop. Seems the bigger the hype, the more the jank. Baldur's Gate 3 is a great example, which had safe bug errors at the beginning and stability issues, and poor optimization, and on release, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 also seemed to crash once every hour or so. There's games that overheat, and others that we have to clear the cache just so we can play without memory leaks. And the problem doesn't just lie there. Because of the recent criticism from DEI with games like Dragon Veilguard, developers have taken a new stance and are using the term toxic fandom to describe why the game is unsuccessful is because of review bombs, because of political reasons. Any kind of criticism that you have that is genuine is now treated under the same principle, that we as gamers are toxic. And another reason for jank, of course, is the awful Unreal Engine 5, where many developers are having problems using with its limitations. Adding to the pressure of quick release is, of course, the war of exclusive titles between Sony and Microsoft. Sony definitely had the edge early on, so Microsoft made a deal to bring Xbox exclusive PC ports. Some publishers saw this as an amazing cash cow opportunity and released PC game after PC game onto console. The majority of these games are poorly optimized, made worse by the often lack of support after release. As a consumer, I feel shortchanged, and I believe Xbox are aware of the lack of support and the lack of obligation for these companies, as I've had 3 refunds without even a challenge. It isn't all bad. I mean, Medieval Dynasty here is a fabulous port, and they're soon to bring out another version of this game set in feudal Japan. Police Patrol Officers Simulator is another great game, although it's full of bugs, but they do work on it. One of the biggest offenders I find is Airsoft GBMH. They're great on PC, but with the list of games they've ported here to Xbox, they have an average review score of 2 out of 5. It seems they bring out game after game with paid content, but they don't go back and patch it fully, and the games are broken. Months and months go by, and still the games are not fixed. So normally, when I see a publisher like that, I avoid their games. But that's sad, because some of the games they've released would be absolutely fantastic if only they were in working order. And this, all too often, is now the average experience for a console gamer who's now expected to pay up to £80 for a new title. So, Microsoft, we deserve better. But let's finish on a positive. What can we do to improve this? To combat jank, let's just not pre-order anymore. Let's not give our money up first, before even seeing what the game is like. Because once the money's in the bank, where's the incentive to fix? Next, positive constructive feedback. If you start your complaint or your opinion to the developer saying your game is crap and the reasons are, you're going to get nowhere. You're going to be treated with the veil of toxic fandom. Follow the developer on Twitter, X, or Discord, and start with your feedback saying how much you enjoyed this game and this aspect to it, and then say why you felt it was let down or a concern. Remember, the internet is filled with trolls and bots, and they have a filter for this, and negativity is ignored. And finally, refunding made easier. Xbox has a strict criteria for refunding. You've got to be sure you've got to get a refund within the first 12 hours. Wording is everything. When you're writing your reasons why, be sure to put in that it failed to meet an industry standard, that its quality and performance was below the level that it was advertised or expected, and finish with your disappointment and disillusion of a game released in such an inferior state for the price that you paid. Apologies for such a ranty video, and also sorry about the sound quality. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I don't own a PC and I record every single video using my phone. I'll try and see if I can find a new app for recording better sound quality. Sorry about that. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching.